Okay. Sorry guys. I'm gonna try this again, and um if this happens again, I really apologize, and I will just have to I'll have to start from scratch and just do the video without doing it. Yeah, I know. I'm so super sorry, you guys. If it does this again, like I said, I'm gonna have to try again off if it keeps buffering like that, and do a and do the video without your interaction, and I'm super sorry for that. Um yeah, you know what it is, you guys? It's the demons. They don't want me to talk about this stuff. I'm absolutely serious. That's what's going on here. They're interrupting. They don't want me to talk about this stuff. They don't want it to be real. And that's exactly what's going on here. So I'm going to do everything I can to get this message out. Like I said, if I can't go live, if it keeps buffering and reconnecting, then I'm just going to do the video without the live interaction. And I apologize. I know my face is dark, but I'm downstairs and all right, let me try going over to this lamp. Oh, you guys are like dealing with oh, there's Feral Maverick's gonna have to get off his chair here. All right. Okay. So I have a lot of stuff that I did want to talk to you guys about tonight in regards to, and I had some notes in my computer, but I'm just gonna leave it over there. I hope that this works. Okay. So I first of all, I want to start off by talking about how I know a lot of you are very, very stuck. You're very, very stuck, right? With the, how do I get over this person? It's not happening for me. It's not happening as quickly as I'd like it, or it's not happening at all. And you feel stuck and you feel trapped. And one of you had asked me, okay, so how do I get over the narcissist when I'm hearing that some of your clients literally had like a divine intervention and they were just able to get over them, and they just moved on and they don't even understand how it happened. It was like something just snapped in them. Okay. So my client actually did see that episode, and she got in contact with me to talk to me about what I can tell you guys. And I'm in the process right now. I'm getting a new website, and it's coming along very nicely. My friend is doing a great job, and I'm going to have some avenues where hopefully I can do some sessions that you can come over to the website, and I'm able to put you guys in on like an interview, so we can interview you and you can talk to each other right there and live. Anyway, she did have some information that she did want me to share with you guys, and I'm going to do that tonight on how she feels like she got over him. No, Heather, I don't think it's the length. I don't think it's the length of time. She had some pretty good, this is, now I do know that I have shared with you guys, and a lot of you have done this. And if you haven't, I suggest that you go and watch my video called Narcissist and Sticky Notes. It is a great way. It is a great technique to use to get over your narcissist. And the video just explains it in more detail. So I'd just ask you to go watch that in my catalog. Or if you actually type in Narcissist and Sticky Notes, it will come up. That's one way. She did do that exercise. There are other things I teach my clients in sessions that I learned. I actually took a course for in cognitive dissonance. And some of you, what we are doing sessions, we didn't even get to that yet. In things I've learned on how that, you're going to get your brain to stop thinking about them and to move it along to something else. But she also had some great advice. She says that she made this, she made this like poster thing to put up on her refrigerator, and it said, Jake, you beep, 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 beep. I can't stand you. You are a monster. And so every day, she would come downstairs and she'd see that up on her refrigerator. It was just a big, big reminder of like, I'm going to see this every time I go by here, and I'm going to be going to my refrigerator, every day, and I'm going to see this. She said that it got to the point for her that she literally had to say to herself, he took away 6 years of my life. I'm not allowing another minute that he's going to steal from me. Now, narcissists are thieves, guys. They're thieves. They steal from you. They steal your joy. They steal your spirit. They're looking to steal your soul. They want to steal your happiness, all of those things, your positivity. They're thieves. And so she said, literally, he wasn't going to take anything else from me anymore. Yeah, see, praying. Yeah, praying works a great deal. And you know what? I think I mentioned this before. I find it really interesting that I would say at this point, it's like 90% of my clients are Christians. I think that's really interesting. Or have a spiritual understanding, a spiritual connection, have a spiritual side to them. So there's no mystery to that, and why that is. And I do believe that we are targeted for that. People that have light in them, there's going to be an army of darkness that's looking to stop that light and looking to stop us from our mission and what we are trying to do here while we're here. So I saw an episode. There are 2 links I'm going to leave in the drop-down menu for you guys to watch when you get a second. One is a quite interesting, very disturbing episode of a paranormal experience where a woman and her fiance were living somewhere, and the fiance, one night she woke up and he was sleepwalking, and he had a set of tweezers in his hand, and he was all bloodied up, and he had marks all over him. And about the second or third time it happened or whatnot, she found him dead in the basement. This was her fiance. Well, no sooner or later, after the autopsy report came back, she found a hidden drawer of his that was loaded with drugs, sleeping pills, antidepressants, those Klonopin, all those. It was like a host of drugs that she had no idea that her fiance was even taking. And the next thing she knows, she's taking sleeping pills. She's taking the same sleeping pills. Never took any type of drug in her life. And she's waking up and the same stuff is happening to her. It ended up, she got a priest involved. She had very ancient satanic symbols on her with the same, she found woke up with a pair of tweezers and marks all over her body. So I'm going to leave this episode for you guys to watch. And I also revisited some Derek Prince videos last night. I had some time to give myself some time to watch this stuff. And there's an excellent video of his talking about demons and gangs and how demons travel in gangs. And basically what he's talking about is if you have a door open through sin, through drugs, through alcoholism, you're drinking too much, your soul is literally disconnecting from your body during these times. And this is when these demons can kind of come in and influence you, whether that be through a person you meet, whether that be through things that are going to happen within your home, within your body. I have a friend who very frank in coming out and explaining to me that he dabbles in cocaine, and he knows how I feel about that, and I've been very candid about how I feel about drug use, and even how I feel about drinking too much and what that can do to you, because I know from experience. And I know what's going on when you're under an influence like that, and it's very serious. And he shared with me that the times that he's had too much, or he's dabbled in other types of drugs, psychedelic drugs, that he has literally seen he calls them the shadow people, and he sees the shadow people when he's under the influence like this. This is no joke, you guys. This is real stuff. And I personally believe that the narcissist, the very malignant narcissist, has been under a very dark influence. I believe it's coming in through the things they're watching on the internet, the satanic pornography and really dirty, awful stuff that they're watching. It's coming in through drugs. It's coming in from somebody that they exchanged soul ties with that was very demonic, very bad for them, and they've carried that with them. They've not gone to confession or had any type of deliverance from that, and they have not come to Jesus and said, I apologize. I was wrong. I was in sin. I don't want to sin. I don't want to be this way. And so I do believe that these narcissists are loaded with demons, if not the major demon. There are a lot of people will call it the Jezebel spirit. People will call it, there's all sorts of names for it. Narcissism is a name that we're using. I talk about this a lot. I don't feel like psychology is the answer. I think that psychology is slapping labels on people and making it so that it's okay. And the narcissist can sit behind that label. Hey, I have a personality disorder. I'm really sorry. No, no, I don't agree. And I know that there are crap ton of you out there that are right with me and you don't agree with it. We have choices in life. I know people, I talk about this all the time, I know people that have been through some really horrific things as children. And they got to a point in their life and they said, I can choose right or I can choose wrong. I can go the path of what I was brought up and raised in, or I can do something completely different and never be like those people. And I love that you guys are talking about on here that you're praying a lot more. You find yourself in prayer. You find yourself getting closer to God as you're getting further and further away from the narcissist. Yes, the narcissist is going to take you away from God, you guys. The narcissist is going to take you away from any type of any part of you that is spiritual. You're going to lose that. You're going to lose yourself. That's why the narcissist is in your life. It is there to get you to get away from God. And I guarantee that all of you feel that way, or you feel so disconnected from your true self, right? When you're with the narcissist or when you're engaging with narcissists, you have to deal with narcissists in the workplace. It is eating away slowly but surely at your spirit and your soul. It's eating away at it. And 9 times out of 10, we've all, a lot of us have come forward and said it was making us do things we would never, ever normally do. I talk about this too. When you notice that you're going to start, you want to start getting back at your narcissist. You want to start engaging in doing exactly what they've done to you, tit for tat games. You got an influence on you now. All of a sudden you notice that you're eating more than you've ever eaten before. You have an urge to drink. You have urges to drink alone. You have urges to do things that you weren't ever doing. You're getting angry a lot more often. That positive, upbeat, bubbly personality that you once have is going away and away and away. What do you think that is? You are now under an influence. Especially, guys, if you slept with this person. Sex is very serious. It's a very serious act. People don't take it seriously nowadays, and that's why we're watching a jungle around us. This world is absolutely crazy. People are walking around, running around with no morals, no respect, no values any longer. They wanted to take God out of everything. Well, look at what's happening. And so this stuff is very real. I'm going to leave I am going to leave two videos that I wanted you guys to watch. And one is the Derek Prince video talking about how demons travel in gangs. And the other one is that video I was talking to you guys about that had this episode where the girl and the fiance and what happened to them. And it's more proof, you guys, that this stuff is real. And so if we can sit here as a society and get into these paranormal shows and understand that more and more people are coming forward with their paranormal supernatural experiences, but we don't want to believe that Narcissist is under serious influences and a legion of demons. You know, it is the truth. And the reason I'm talking about this tonight is because yes, this is how you are going to get over your narcissist, is understanding that there's nothing you can do for them, guys. I had to learn this. You can pray for them from afar. I'm going to be honest with you guys on something that I actually was honest with my client with last week. I prayed for my ex-husband for the first time. And I can't tell you how long. I prayed for him. I don't know how I stopped. It was wrong of me to stop praying for these people. I stopped praying for him to change and for him to heal in the marriage a very long time ago, because I realized that I can't pray for someone that's not praying for the same thing. But now my prayers are different. Now my prayers for these folks come from a different place. And that's showing me that I'm healing and that I have peace in my heart, because I do still pray for people to change, right? That's what's going to help heal this world. We don't want to see this continue. You got to get to that place, I think. For me to do that last week was pretty huge for me, guys. You know? You have to still, you can pray for people though from afar. You can't pray and hope that they're going to change and continue to put yourself through living hell while it's going on. You know? That's right. We have to pray for our enemies. And he was my enemy. Absolutely. He was not my friend. I really believe that he's a fallen angel. I mean, we read about this stuff. You know, drop dead gorgeous guy, there he was. And demons come into your life at your weakest moments. I was in a place that I was healing and I was getting there, but I was still very vulnerable and very weak from what had just happened to me. And there he was, coming to you in the package of everything you think you'd ever want in a person. Very real stuff. You guys, they don't realize that they are under an influence because they are so under the influence. They don't realize that they are driven by their flesh. They are driven by their weaknesses. They are driven by their madness. They are driven by, all those desires that are going to bring them nothing but continued dissatisfaction. But they think it's bringing them happiness and health and joy. It's all short-lived because it's nothing that's sustainable. Do I believe that karma will catch up to narcs? Absolutely. I've seen it my whole life. I've talked about the karma of narcs in my videos. I have clients right now that are in their 60s, and you should hear the stories of their narcissist and what's going on for them. Nothing good. Nothing good. In fact, their life's just regressing, and worse stuff is just happening for them. Their alcoholism is getting worse. Their looks are getting worse. These people don't age well, guys. And when you stay with a narcissist, I hate to say it, you age too. And you don't, if you stay for years and years time, you're going to get those lines in your face that literally, you wear those lines. You wear those lines of anger, deep-seated anger. and rage and bitter and resentment. That's what happens. And the bags under your eyes from being so tired and exhausted dealing with these people. And they age even worse because they have inside, they're absolutely ugly. They're ugly inside. That ugliness is coming out. You know, that stuff doesn't last. All the superficial stuff that they're engaging in right now, it's not going to last. God gave them an opportunity, you know, a lot of opportunities, and they didn't take them when they did. And if they still want to continue their evil ways and they don't want to get help for themselves, you know, help that they would literally need to spend every day working at it, talking to someone, getting through it. And as we know, the narcissist we were involved with didn't want to do that. I wanted to read you guys something from the Bible that I know you've all heard, but it's just good to remind you of. Give me 1 second while I go run and grab my computer. Keep talking amongst yourselves in the chat. Sorry. Okay. Here we are. 2 Timothy 3:2. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy. But, this is Luke 6:35. But love your enemies, do good to them, and lend to them, expect nothing in return. Then your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High, for he is kind to the ungrateful and wicked. Timothy 6:10, 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. By craving it, some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. 2 Peter 2:10. Such punishment is especially reserved for those who indulge in corrupt desires of the flesh and despising authority. Bold and self-willed, these men are unafraid to slander angelic majesties. The other one I wanted to share, 2 Timothy 3:4. Traitors, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. So that's what we're seeing, guys. That's what we're seeing all around us. Am I right? You know, we're seeing more and more of that around us. We have people that don't believe at all in God. They don't believe that there's a higher power other than themselves. And so that's why they feel like they can go out and they have this entitlement to do whatever it is that they want, to treat people however it is they want. And it's wrong. You can't go out there doing whatever it is you want and expect that you're going to get good results, or expect that you're so special that karma isn't coming for you. You can't. That's not how life works. That's not how you know, these rules, there are rules to life, and this is what's going on. We're seeing it. You do unto others. All the things that the narcissist in your life did to you, I'm sorry. If you had done those things to them, how do you think they would have felt as adults being treated like that? So that's really my message today. You guys got to look out for this. We are living amongst a spiritual warfare. It is very real. It is out there. And you have to be able to look out for it. You have to be able to understand times when you are vulnerable, times when you are weak, times when, say hi, Miles. Times when you are feeling sad, when you're feeling depressed, because these are the times that the evil is going to come in. It's when you are literally yeah, I love Miles. He said hi to you guys. Yeah, that cat's my guardian angel, I'm telling you right now. I think that cat is like my grandmother who's come back. But you have to be aware of this, and it's not that you have to go around living in fear, like that everyone's walking around with demons inside of them. That's not why I talk about this stuff. You have to live in love. You have to live in love. Have you guys ever heard of Huff Paranormal? If anyone has heard of him, that's his channel. I just became a subscriber, and very amazing stuff. Very amazing stuff that he dives into, stuff that I would never. But he has created a spirit box himself. He created this very interesting gadget. He has called people to talk to them. He has talked to spirits. But what I like about him and what he reminds me of is the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren. He does everything in love. He does everything in love. When he's trying to connect with certain people and certain spirits, he says prayers so that he's keeping out anything demonic coming through. He has had demonic spirits come through, but he's not afraid. And he always talks about, like, you have to deal with everything through and with love. And that's how because he's trying to learn about these other dimensions and learn about spirits and this other life that we can't see but can see us. Really interesting stuff. So I'm trying to learn all that I can possibly learn. I'm always on my free time, just trying to understand. Unbelievable, huh? So if this keeps doing it, I'm gonna have to sign off. I'm so sorry. It could be the weather out here. I'm not sure, but I think we know what it is trying to make me stop talking about all of it. But I'm not. I'm gonna leave the links to Huff Paranormal. Check his YouTube channel out. I think it's called Huff Paranormal. I'll look this up for you. I'm gonna look up the other paranormal thing that I watched. And the third thing that I wanted to leave was Derek Prince, Demons and Gangs, and it's another great thing to watch. So again, yeah, the spiritual stuff makes the most sense to me, other than psychology. Psychology is good for understanding the behaviors, but slapping labels I don't think is the answer. I think that it's gotten us to have sympathy for the narcissist, and the narcissist does not need our sympathy. The narcissist needs accountability and exposure. Those are the two things that a narcissist needs in their life to make them stop, and they need good people. So sorry, guys. It's doing it again. I'm gonna try and answer just a few questions, and if it does it one more time, I'm just gonna stop the video for tonight, and I apologize for this. I know, I agree with you, Soaring Feather. I totally agree. That's what's going on here. It's really creepy. But you know what? It's not gonna scare me away, or any of you. Yeah, you guys are talking about animals. I guess, we had a few haters on that saying, but hey, it's just, this is my channel. These are my observations.